What's up guys, this is Brett here from brettdev.com, coming at you once again from Chiang Mai in Thailand. And today I'm going to discuss with you a topic related to freelancing. And this is the biggest mistake I have ever made in my freelancing career. And I want to talk about it so that I can stop you guys from making the same mistakes that I've made in the past. So what is the biggest mistake I've ever made as a freelancer? Doing shit work. Now, what do I mean by doing shit work? Doing shit work, basically I mean doing work that is beneath your level of capability, okay? Now, as a freelancer, myself, and as a freelancer yourself, if you freelance, we're all guilty of this, okay? And the reasons we do this vary, okay? So we know we're capable of a certain outcome, depending on what we're working on, but we do less than what we're capable of. And more often than not, the reason we do this is for financial reasons, okay? So that's really what I want to cover today. And I want to talk about the downsides of doing shit work and why you should absolutely avoid it at all costs. And you should only be doing what you're absolutely most capable at. And you should be doing it to the best level that you absolutely can. As a freelancer, we've all been there. We've all been in these similar scenarios where a client comes to you and they want to hire you for a project. They want you to do some work for them. However, they're on a limited budget. They've got a tight budget and they want you to do work for cheap, basically. Do you have to turn down the work? Not necessarily. Can you do the work for cheap? So most of the times you can, but what does it mean? It means cutting corners, and it means doing work that is subpar, that is beneath your capability, just so you can get the job done, just so you can make money on that particular project, and just so you can appease that client who has no budget and wants something done really cheap. And this is something you should absolutely avoid, and you should never ever do. There are so many reasons why you shouldn't do this. I'm going to go through a couple of them, but there are more than I can even mention. So the first one is by doing poor work for low budget clients. A lot of the times people do this because the client somehow manages to wow them and convince them to doing the work for cheap. Like, you know, you've all probably had similar clients if you freelance online that are going to have lots more work for you. If you do this one really good, there's 5 more websites or 20 more articles that need writing afterwards. They just need this one really cheap. They just need you to quickly build them an e-learning management system from scratch that's going to rival Udemy for $500. You know, you've all had that client, yeah? The client that doesn't understand anything about their own investment in their own business, let alone value your time. The problem with these clients is these will never ever become good clients, ever. As you become more and more experienced freelancing and you work for more and more clients, and I've worked for literally hundreds of clients, and I've seen hundreds of businesses just fail and go nowhere. Once you get more and more experience, you'll start to recognize that these clients that try and wow you and persuade you into doing cheap work on the back of promises, once you get more experience, you'll recognize that these clients don't actually understand their own businesses, and they don't actually understand the investment it takes to create the business that they want to create, let alone being able to value your time or even being able to value helping you out in the future, okay? They are a complete waste of time. They don't even understand what they're doing themselves. So to do work for them and to put your faith in them through what they've told you is just absolute nonsense. So just knock that on the head completely. Do not do cheap work for cheap clients, okay? Because the second point that I'm going to make is a direct result of that. When you do cheap work for cheap clients, you don't ever build a good portfolio. And you never build a good portfolio of work, because to produce good top quality work takes time. So if you're not being paid for your time, you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to work really hard to produce your top quality work and basically work for free for the client, Or number two, you're just not going to produce top quality work. You're going to produce something that is good enough that a client will accept, but it's not going to be anything that you're proud of. You need to always be on the edge of what you're doing. So you need to always be pushing your capabilities. So you need to be working towards better and better and better things. And as a freelancer, this is something that you can really easily get in a trap, and you can really easily get fucked, because when you work for a company, this doesn't really happen, because when you work in a corporate environment, you're constantly trying to work your way up, okay? And as you move up a stage and up a stage, you're getting paid more and more money because the clients are paying more and more, and you become a more valuable asset to that company. Now, as a freelancer, there's no structure in place to push you through up that ladder, okay? So you need to be able to do it yourself. And this is something that I see so many freelancers getting trapped in. And I myself have been trapped there before for years. And it's a really, really bad fit place to be in, and you should avoid it at all costs, okay? So you need to push yourself up that ladder. And that means saying no to cheap clients, to budget work. It means saying no to any scenario where you're not going to produce your best quality work. You know, if a client comes to you and says, I want to give you $500, and you know to produce your top quality work for what that client needs, and what he really needs for his business is $2,000, say, I'm sorry, and walk away. Don't entertain it. Like, really don't, because all it's doing is putting a thumb on your head, and it's keeping you down. Okay, you don't want to be that guy stuck in a rut, churning over crap work that you know that you're better than what you're outputting, right? The minute you start saying no to these clients, and you start only taking on clients that actually, not necessarily, when I say have a high budget, I don't mean that just want to waste money. I'm talking about clients that actually understand what's going to make their business successful, that understand, and these clients are the best clients to work with because they actually appreciate the investment required in their own companies. And that means they have no trouble investing in you and your skills. As soon as you start turning down the cheap clients and start going with these clients, the work you'll do will be better, your portfolio will be better, you'll enjoy your work more because you'll be pushing yourself, you won't be boring, you'll be producing better work for the clients that's going to be making them more money, you'll get better testimonials, and you'll very quickly start to see your business take off. You do the opposite and you'll just stagnate completely. So this is something I felt was very important, and there is one more point I want to make. If you do want to work for free, because working for cheap clients, that's what that is, that's working for free. If you do love working for free and you want to do top quality work for low money, which, like I say, is working for free, do it for a charity, okay? Work for charitable based businesses and produce work for a charity, because then at least you're doing it for a good cause. You know, if you want to work for free, at least you're doing it for a good cause. You're not working for free for somebody who doesn't even understand the investment that's needed in their own business, and who is completely wasting your time, okay? So I hope the points I made were clear. If you do have any questions, put them in the comments below. But the point of this whole video is, if you're a freelancer and you're doing shit work, stop. Do what you're capable of. You know what you're capable of. If you're doing something that's beneath you and you feel like you can produce better quality work, drop the clients you've got that don't want to pay you to do it, and start taking on clients that do want to pay you to do it, because they understand the investment they need to make in their business, and they will have no problem, and they will be the best clients you'll ever have as well. So until next time, guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. If you know somebody that freelances that would benefit from this, this is something you really should share with them, because I've been trapped in this spot for years, okay? And you don't want to be there, trust me. So until next time, this is Brett from brettdev.com, and we're out. Peace.